So Spotify has this feature called loudness normalization, where it measures every song's integrated LUFs value, loudness units full scale, and turns them up or down to make them all roughly the same volume. However, LUFs are kinda dumb. They're half-assed standard designed for measuring speech loudness and don't accurately reflect perceived loudness. So if you can somehow trick Spotify into getting a lower LUFs value from your songs, they play them back louder. This is how to do that. So what I've got here for a demo are 2 samples of pink noise. Which of these 2 samples, this one or this one, do you think is louder? I'm gonna get a loudness measuring plugin. So let's get the loudness value of the first one, reset this here, and look at the integrated LUFs, and this is what Spotify uses. Gonna mute the master just so you don't have to listen to pink noise. I'm sure you all know what it sounds like. Negative 15.6 LUFs. Now let's measure the second one. You can see it's gonna jump a bit when it gets louder here. Negative 13.4 LUFs. So essentially the LUFs standard thinks this song is louder than this one. Even though obviously these 2 bits are exactly the same volume, and here the intro, or the pretend intro of my white noise song, is fairly louder than this. The reason this works is that LUFs has a gate value, so LUFs is a way of measuring integrated loudness, so averaging out the loudness. But it doesn't take into account very quiet bits of a song, so it kind of throws this out. So for this second sample, it kind of measures the average of this bit, while for this first sample, the loudness is still high enough that it takes this into account, so it measures the average of the whole thing, which is gonna be quieter than just this loud bit. So this guy made a plugin called LuRar. I'm gonna link it. I forgot his name right now. I'm gonna link you to his Patreon where you can get it, which essentially shows you whenever there's a bit of your song, like here, that is too quiet. So it will kind of increase your LUFs value because it doesn't get averaged into the standard. So if we can manage to just turn this up slightly above the gate, we can then get the overall loudness to go down. So I've got a loudness measurement here. Let's listen to the second thing and get the loudness value, negative 13.5. You can see I already put that in here. And then whenever this is too quiet, so it doesn't get averaged into the average loudness, this will show gated, or you can make it do a beep here. I muted the master, but yeah, it'll do a beep here. So if we just manage to kind of loop this and just turn up the quiet bits of a song loud enough that they get into the average, but quiet enough that they pull the average down as far as possible, Spotify will play back our songs louder than it would otherwise. So let's just see how much we have to turn this up here. See, I turn this up by 10 dB. Just this first bit. Let's take another loudness measurement and see what we get now. We were at 13.5. Now let's start again. Oh, we need to turn off the loop, of course. Sorry, now it's measuring properly. So you can see this will now get averaged into. So now our song is suddenly 2 dB, 2.5 dB quieter, even though we turned it up. So Spotify will think our song is quieter and will turn it up by 2 dB. Is this worth it in normal music? Of course, this is quite a manufactured example. I'm not sure. Sometimes you can get an extra dB, sometimes you only get 0.1 dB. You can see in this plugin here, I'm going to link the estimate of how much extra you can get from this. So you can use this if you really care for loudness. Is this worth the pain in the ass? I don't know. As it says in the title, cursed mastering advice. I kind of wish I didn't know this trick, because now I think about this all the time. And I wish I could just forget about dumb, broken industry standards and stuff like that. But I guess it is what it is. You want extra loudness, you do this kind of stuff. I'm gonna link you DpMeter and LuRar new on his Patreon. You can get it for quite cheap there. Also shout out to Matt Davis for letting me know about this. It's all your fault. Please remove this memory from my brain. Anyway, I'll do more. Something about Bitwig's grid in next year, something nice and musical and not as annoying as mastering loudness nonsense. See you till then. Bye.